Oh, there we go. Hold on. Hold on. Don't say, shut up. Okay. Sorry. It's been another day since I've streamed. I've been doing that a lot lately. I've been doing, don't worry. You guys have me for a long time now. I've been not streaming super consistently just because a lot of real life obligations. I have a girlfriend. And, yeah. Hold on. I gotta fix. Oh, God. Wait. Why is my YouTube thing not loading? Refresh. Why is YouTube not streaming? That's weird. That's not right. Hold on. I can't even see chat yet. Oh no, I can't see chat yet. Okay, let's play sessions Vi. Lower the quality significantly. Get the music going. There I am. Hello, how's it going? Oh my goodness gracious. Hi. So, what's going on today? Well, we'll talk when more people are here. But generally, it's more so a situation of trying to get this running correctly. So I saw this weird thing, and I was like trying this off stream just now because I was like, why turn on the stream when I can learn off stream, you know? So what's going on is they initialize the bool in the for loop, and I thought that was weird. And that was it, rather than doing a while loop. I guess that's cleaner, but I don't know how I feel about that. Like, it works, right? Ugh. It looks so ugly, though. I don't know. I mean, it works. It's just a loop that runs forever, but I think a while loop is cleaner, right? Where you go auto, keep running. Equals. No, I like quit. Auto quit equals bool false. And then I like setting values to true. So this is while quit is equal to false. And then down here we set false, or not false, shit. We set quit equal to true. And that's just kind of what we do here, right? That's the whole loop. The problem is I'm trying to get... Oh. Missing, oh, sorry, missing a semicolon. The problem here is this window. I don't know why this window is doing this, so we're gonna troubleshoot because that shouldn't happen. We're to the point now where we're like making entities, but maybe we should get the window going before we continue. So let's just double check here. We don't have any errors on loading renderers or anything. So I don't know. I guess maybe I'm not creating the renderer. I mean, is there a way to check that? I mean, these are entities that exist, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm evoking create renderer, right? In fact, I kind of want to test it by creating it otherwise, like comment everything out. You know what? Here, let's do it. Let's get a little spite. No, because that, I think there's a better way to test it, right? Do I have to evoke create renderer like somewhere else? I thought this would instantiate it sufficiently. Would that not? Because it's equal to this value, which is this function. It's not even this function. It's this. 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is this value. So I wonder, Ray Dreaming, hello. So I wonder if we are actually instantiating render, but this is return unexpected if this doesn't work. So we know the renderer is working. Yeah, in fact, it's not even quitting. I mean, I guess we could try standard print line squirrely break. No, regular print. And then test. We'll try that, I guess. Okay, so it is running. Is it an issue with... Yeah, there's no data printing, so it's not even that it's lagging. There really is no data error. We're grabbing the right renderer information, right? Get. None of these have errors. They do run. I guess we'll compare this to the card game and maybe we're doing something else weird. Why is everything taking so long? I restarted my computer and now everything's just taking forever to load. Okay. Where's my game loop? All right, what do we do here? Okay, what are the rendering order here? So clear the renderer, do all that shit. Set render, draw color, render present. And that's it. Interesting, interesting. Is it an issue with the color? Am I just dumb? Yeah, that doesn't make a difference. So the window is not what resolution did I give this? Oh, maybe it's the display mode, but it located the monitor. It's not giving me an error. Width, height. If I give it like 600 by 600. Oh, it is that. Okay. Oh, what's going on with our DM then? Okay, hold on. This I will boot the card game up for, because I do the same thing there. So did I forget a value or something? Am I not getting the display mode information correctly? Well, no, I know I'm doing this right. So DM is an SDL display mode. DM.display ID, but this function needs a display ID, right? Oh. Do I need the video header? Okay, it didn't work there. Let's try putting this in the main game loop. I wonder if it's because I didn't use the SDL video header. No, that's not it. So it is something to do with our SDL display monitor thing. God damn it. SDL display mode, get current display mode. Display mode pointer. Oh, wait. I didn't make it a pointer. Son of a bitch. It's a unique goddamn pointer, isn't it? Fuck me. All right, I know before we even continue what we're doing here. Okay, watch this. Instead of this, let's do unique pointer, SDL display mode. No, SDL display mode. Ooh, I hate that syntax. Okay, unique pointer, SDL display mode, and make it no value. Oh, standard. Okay, and then this is dot get. Unique pointer display mode has no member display ID. Shouldn't it? Dot get dot display ID. That was the order. Okay. That looks so ugly, but I think that was our answer. Okay. I think now we got it. So instead of dot w dot header, or height, it's dot get the value width, dot get the value height. Okay. Must have a class type, but it has type SDL display mode. Must have a class type. But this is just an integer, isn't it? Dot get. Okay, that doesn't work. Dot width, which is an integer. Oh, I didn't do the arrow, my bad. Okay, this should work. Okay, well, immediately exited with an error code. What happened? Process 29656 exited with code -billion. Okay. In fact, it was such an error that we're having issues here. It's a pointer to a struct. Yeah, Joe, I got it. Now we're having issues with the display mode. So we made it a unique pointer. Is it this? No, because we're giving it value here. That makes DM, the display mode that we're having, our local display mode, that gives it its values. So I just instantiate it to 0, right? I should be able to do that. Or does this set it to null? That doesn't set it to null. No, because if it was null, this would be, it would not even let me do this, right? If I like equals null pointer, whatever. This isn't null. This is 0. So then we instantiate it. Oh, it does. Is that causing issues here? Because it's null, the unique pointer removes itself? Oh, shit. How do I instantiate it without giving it any values? What do I do here? You have to put a value into it. What is a display mode? It's like its own struct. What values can I even give it? That's like the safest thing. Display mode. A structure defines a display mode. It is display ID, format, width, height, pixel density, refresh rate, driver data. 0 is invalid. Or move it? Swaps the manage objects and deleters of this with another unique pointer. Well, I don't need to move it. That's unnecessary. It's more of a situation of I'm going to give it a value here. That's what this function is for. Replaces the manage objects. Given current pointer, the pointer that was managed by this performs the following actions in order. Saves a copy, overwrite. Well, no, we're not even overwriting it. All we're doing is just initializing it. That's it, just to tell me it exists so I can run the if statement. Would it be wiser to do something like that? Yeah, I can't declare it on its own, right? I just don't know the syntax here. We're not moving it or anything. We're not resetting it. This is just exists now, get the information, give the information. That's the last I ever use of it. Yes, you can give it a value. Is it like 1? No. You can give it a value, then you can check to see if it's null and return the standard unexpected. You can give it a value, check to see if it's null, and return to the unexpected. But if I just leave it like this and it's null, it's going to grab this information, which it does successfully, and if it does not return 0, return the unexpected statement. But if I leave it as is, it boots me out with an error, but no standard expected line. But how doesn't... But shouldn't this function fail then on this if statement if it doesn't work? The unique pointer is not assigned. What? I almost want to back out of this unique pointer, but we're not going to do it. Good practice, Gary. Good practice. I mean, do I do what I did down here and give it a function? I guess I could. So we're going to do display mode, comma, standard function. We'll do void SDL display mode. And then return a piece of code. The piece of code will be this. And I can't do that. Yeah, I can't declare it in its own initializer. It's getting null pointer on the get method, or I mean display ID? Yeah. Okay, so unique pointers are a little bit more complicated than I thought, because I thought this would tell me it exists as a unique pointer. What are you trying to do? All I'm trying to do is basically this, which I'll guarantee you will work. Hold on. Operator, oh. Hold on. What was that? Arclight is following. Thank you for following. I appreciate it. Mwah. I don't know if you like VTubers or what. Like, this doesn't work. Yeah. So it gets me the window, so display mode is booting correctly. The problem now is I know what the problem is. This DM width and height, if I made this 600 by 600, watch. There's our window, right? Everything's fixed. Wonderful, right? So my thought process was, well, okay, we need to get the display mode width and height in here. The problem is I thought it was like, okay, well, we'll just make this a unique pointer then at that point. So I was like, okay, well, there we go. We just made a unique pointer, but this sets it to null, which means it erases itself. Put the SDL display mode in the unique pointer. This doesn't work. Oh, wait, what? No shot this'll work. I don't believe you. What did I spell wrong here? Type name not allowed. Yeah, this doesn't work. DM cannot be used before it's instantiated. Yeah. Yeah, so it returns null pointer. What a weird little problem. Is SDL C++ spec now? Written in C++? No. It's, make unique, SDL display mode, something like that. Oh! Standard, make unique. Expression must have a class type, but it is type auto. Oh, okay, well, let's not get fancy here. Let's just do, DM is equal to null. So this doesn't work because make unique is not a type name. What? Yeah, I forgot it's not a class type. No, it's still a C-based library. SDL3, I'm just trying to do a best practices scenario with like Frogger or something, just so we can use that as an example, but we're kind of stuck on this display mode situation. Make unique is a function you assign to the result of it to your unique pointer SDL. Oh, hold on. Control Z everything. So you're saying here, this won't work. Fuck you. Oh my god. DM cannot be used before it's instantiated. No, it's still null. Basically, how do I initialize a unique pointer for an object type without like can I just do like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0? No, it's still null, right? What are the types here? What is this anyway? Okay, clearly I'm doing something wrong here. Nope, SDL3, not SDL2. Thank you. Okay, what is this? It needs a display ID, which is like 1 or 0 or 2. Pixel format, enumerator format, width, height, pixel density, refresh rate, driver data. The problem is, if you guys don't know, we get all of that data under get current display mode. Wait, display mode is not a resource? No, it's just a struct. That's all it is. We fill that struct with information based on the function get current display mode. The problem is how do you make a unique pointer which equals like 0 for the purposes of what we're doing to like, or what do I instantiate it with that I can then use this if statement to error check it? Yeah, at all. You own the struct. It auto deleted on its own. Yeah, we figured that out. But how do I make it not do that? I mean, you can't even use a shared pointer. It's the same problem, right? Yeah, it still returns null. It's not a pointer? Yes, it is. That's what it has to be. It has to be that way because if we don't do it, then we can't grab, here, I'll show you. SDL display, display mode pointer DM. Beautiful, okay. This is, DM dot display ID, DM dot width, DM dot height. Expression must have a class type? What? That works. But then I can't get the resolution. Uninitialized local variable DM used. What the fuck? Oh, in-out variable. That's why you hand it to a pointer so it can mutate the value. The struct is the type that is not the pointer. Hold on. Why are we having so many issues with this? I've done this before multiple times with SDL2. So am I missing something in SDL3? Is that what's going on here? Hold on. What do I do with the card game? Oh my God, my computer is like so slow since I reset it. Okay, what do we do with the card game here? Give me initialization. Okay, what do we do here? SDL display mode DM. Get current display mode 0 at D. Oh. Does that work? No, it doesn't need the referenced value, right? That's not the issue. It's the wrong type. What do you mean? Okay, display mode, get current display mode, which was changed as a function. And then screen resolution is equal to DM height and width. And it's so perfect. And then here, the resolution is our width and height. And that's the values. Which currently doesn't work. So is it this function that's different? Sorry, I might be a little behind on Twitch. No problem. I don't think we're lagging. So we don't need to make this a unique pointer then. Fuck that idea. Okay, I like that idea. So fuck the unique pointer. Okay, so now it's just an SDL display mode. Then, Rather than get, we can just do dot display ID, dot width, dot height. And that's it. And everything looks so nice. But that's where we were before. And when I run it, fuck me, right? It doesn't actually give me the resolution correctly. Specifically here. Because if I replace this with like 600 by 600... Oh, look at that. It works. And it's so nice. But is this an issue where it's like it should be divided by 2 or something? Is this like a DM width and height? They're just too big for my monitor or something? No. That doesn't make a difference. Print the value? That would make too much sense, you son of a bitch. Okay, we'll do that. Standard print line. Not is printable. Jesus, Visual Studio. We're gonna go empty bracket. DM dot width. Let's just print that value and see what happens. 0. Okay. So clearly we're having issues. So this is a struct that's not a unique pointer now. So even instantiating it to 0, but it should get a value, right? Is it this function? Because I know they updated this function in the SDL3. Okay. Defined in video. We already have the header file. Const display mode pointer. SDL get current display mode. SDL display ID. Display ID. The instance of the ID of the display you wish to query. Oh! Oh no! I'm not doing this. I'm not actually getting the resolution. Get desktop display mode. Okay, that's what I did. How do I get... Oh, God. There's a difference between this function and SDL get current display mode. When SDL runs full screen and has changed the resolution, in that case, this function will return the previous native display mode, not the current display mode. Oh. So wait, what did I do in the card game? Get current display mode, and it works. So in this one, get current display mode is no longer the best one. What other options are there? SDL display event switch ID mode. SDL display mode, display orientation, get display bounds. Ooh. Get display for window. Get display properties. Oh, shit. No, I know about that, but they changed it. That's the thing. No. If we did, it won't even accept this, I bet. Yeah, it won't even, yeah, it's a different function. What it needs, because in the new update, they changed display mode, where now instead of just, you know, basic information, they added like a display ID. All this is like, a lot of this is new. So right now, we're just updating the display ID, and that's it. That's all, basically all I'm asking for right now is, are you on your primary monitor, or are you on your second or third monitor where Gary the Goo Boy is? Nathir Kassam, hello, how's it going? And what we're accidentally doing is just grabbing the display ID and not the width or the height, which is what we actually need. So I think what we're gonna need is, instead of that, what we're actually gonna need is SDL get display. Let's get display for rect, maybe? Get display bounds? What does that do? With SDL3, please. Get display bounds. Get the desktop area represented by a display. Okay. Display ID and then a rect. The SDL rec structure is filled in with the display bounds. And the instance of the ID to display the query. Okay, that's why I needed the ID. Okay, so let's do that again. So this is correct. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this ID. Then I'm gonna copy, delete. Well, we're gonna keep that for a second. Oh my God, Visual Studio. Keep that for a second. We're gonna paste. And now what we're gonna do is get display bounds. This display bounds will be comma, and then we're gonna return the rect, which is this. Cannot convert from SDL. Oh, needs a at. And then this is failed to find interpret resolution. Okay, let's see if this works. Failed to interpret resolution. Fuck. Okay, okay. We have an error though. Cheap viewers. Oh no, don't make me ban you, Mr. Bot. Unfortunately, I have to actually be on top of banning these bots because if I don't, they just start flooding my chat. Imagine having a realistic human avatar. Yeah, fuck that. You like my mouse pad? Look. Ah, patooey. I spit on it. That's my mouse pad. Humans don't do that. This is for multi-monitor. They changed all this for better multi-monitor support. Well, which is fine and dandy, but how do I just grab the resolution of a single monitor? Get usable bounds? Get the usable desktop area represented by a display in screen coordinates? I mean, I'll try it. At this point, we're just trying to find the right new function to just grab. Yeah, failed to interpret resolution. To just grab whatever function we need for the rectangle. That's all I need. It's just the resolution of the screen. You gotta get the list of displays and run through them. A counter or pointer filled in with the number of displays returned. Return 0 for terminated array of display instance IDs, which should be freed with free, or null on get error. I think we're overthinking this. Let's try this again. Let's go SDL get display. Content scale 4 for rect. Get display for rect. What does that do? Does that solve my problem? Try display ID for 1 for the memes. Well, I'm not concerned about the display ID. That's the one thing we're getting correctly here. Display ID, get display for rect, the rect to query. Returns an instance ID of the display entirely containing the rect or the closest center of the rect on success or 0 on failure. Oh God, this is just returning, Last stream, I wanted to show you something as you were talking about some odd YouTube vids. Oh, I forgot what we were talking about. It's been a couple of days. You're not saving the get current display mode. What? What do you mean I'm not saving it? It's right there. You need to assign it to a value? Isn't that what DM display ID does? Hold on. Hold the phone. Oh, redo. Okay, hold on. Standard. Fuck. Standard print line. Don't fuck. God, I hate Visual Studio auto correction. Give me the suggestions, but don't fuck me, you know? Comma DM dot display ID. So it'll print that value. Go. 0. Yeah, but that's the intention, right? Because this returns 0 on success. So it takes a display and returns a mode value. It's const SDL display mode pointer. Look at the syntax. What? Hold on. Why? I'm sorry. Am I just a moron? Wasn't it so much easier when I could just display mode object, get current display mode? This value now has all of the display modes. There you go. There's your resolution. That seems like a significantly better idea than whatever the fuck is going on now with SDL. Why is the display mode so difficult? Am I just dumb? I was about to say R word. Am I just dumb? Why is this so get current display mode. This does not do what it used to do. Hold on. Let's go over the updates to SDL3. Let's see what they talk about here, because they address every change. SDL3 notes. Oh my god. Just get me to the top, please. Nope. SDL3 all changes. Oh my god, look at my YouTube videos. What are my YouTube videos doing there? How many views does this have? God damn, hundreds? 106. All right, makes sense. Okay, what's new in SDL3? No. Wasn't there like a big old like SDL3 thing? Am I dumb? There was a big old preview. There was a big old thing I had for GitHub or something. Okay, API by category. All functions, all macros. Okay. Let's go initialization and shutdown. Nope. Game tutorials, C++, this game engine tutorials. This is all SDL2 stuff. Video, streaming textures. It's under display and window management. Okay, create window, destroy window. I don't need any window stuff. I just need display mode. Display orientation, get closest full screen display mode. Okay. Okay. Oh, no, that's not what I want. I know what this is saying. This is giving me a display mode number, basically which display most matches all of these, right? So do the most refresh rate, the biggest resolution, whatever, right? High density. So that's the game would automatically boot to whatever display is matching that information, which is kind of cool. But I just want like, you know, fuck. Get the display for a window. It's telling me a lot of get. Maybe I'm just looking under the wrong information. Maybe get is implying that I already have it. I thought get was like, you know, find it for me. So maybe what we need is set. Not set window. Minimize, maximize window, hide window. The actual struct is defined below all of these functions. Is it? Because I'm not seeing it. Get current display mode is the old function to update the entire thing. Returns a pointer to the desktop display mode. Wait, what's the difference between get current display mode, get desktop display mode? Oh, if it's full screen or change resolution. Interesting. There's a category for just the structs. Category API, API function, video, search, git, repo. I don't see it unless I'm dumb. No, the page back. Centered, undefined. Display orientation. Display mode. Yeah, well, that's the struct. I know that. But how do I set it? I need to set the width and height to the monitor, which is the display ID, which is fine, but previously this function just did it. On SDL2, this just did everything. SDL get display mode or whatever. Get current display mode, set window full screen mode. Set? You set the display mode to use when a window is visible and full screen. Oh shit. Oh. Wait, set window is the functions we use? Oh shit. Set window resizable, show window. Update window surface. Set window. Set window. Fuck. Okay, let's just set window bordered, right? Sets the border state of a window. No. False to remove border, true to add border. This will add or remove Windows SDL window borderless flag, but that's I don't even need that because the initialization takes care of that. Window input focus, modal 4, mouse grab, mouse rect. Set window position, resizable, shape, size. So, interesting. So display mode, set window full screen mode, needs a pointer to the display mode to use. But how do I set the value? How do I get the width and height of the current monitor? Like, it seems like such an obscure function to find. Set window size? No, that's just setting the, set window size is like when we initialize it. The window to change, the width of the window, the height of the window, which is all fine and dandy, but that's just resizing the window. By the way, we delete the window at the end of this. We just keep the renderer. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's part of the, no, that's part of the struct. We keep it. But this won't make a difference if DM whatever. If, it won't make a difference if these two values are 0, you know? That's the problem, is we're trying to, Jesus, I'm getting my eyesight back after reading that website. We're trying to find the primary resolution, set a rect to the width and height of that resolution, and then when we initialize SDL window, we use that rectangle width and height here. And then we send back that rect as the resolution we'll use a bunch later. But like the problem is DM width and height are returning 0 for reasons I don't entirely understand. Like this sets the current display, which is get current display mode. So you would think it would be get set display? Set get display properties, get displays, set window display mode. What does that do? SDL display mode. Yeah, okay, correct. Set window display mode. The window to effect, the SDL display mode structure representing the mode to use, or null, if the window's in desktop's format and refresh rate. Yeah, I don't know. SDL get current display mode should be right. Refer to the code example at the bottom of the page. That's what I thought. I was right. It was get window display mode, right? That's scale. Wait, what? Get the content display scale relative to the window's pixel size. Oh, that's cute. So get display mode does what I think it does, right? Yeah, get current display mode. So what do we have here? Declared the display mode structure to be filled in. Did it. Initialized video, done. Count displays, SDL display ID, pointer displays is equal to get displays at count displays. Oh my god. Get the current display mode of all displays. What, a for loop? Okay. What? What are we doing? What happened to just fill in the value? When do I even get the display information? Get current display mode displays I is equal to const SDL display mode pointer display mode. Display mode pointer is this. What? Okay. So I need what value? Okay, ignoring the dumbass for loop here. What am I actually doing? This is the display mode. Make it equal to this equals get current display mode. This current display mode is this SDL get displays. So could I not just go SDL current display mode parentheses SDL get current displays, which is just an integer of some kind. So I could just put 0, right? Or 1. Okay, so here's what I think. This is now this, where this is 0. I think that's what we're implying here, right? SDL get window display mode, set window full screen mode. What? Oh, this is wrong. This should be set get window display mode. Get current. This should be get current. Okay, that doesn't work. Because... oh, get. Cannot be used to initialize the entity of type SDL display ID. Why? What do you mean? What do you mean get ID? Const SDL display mode DM is equal to this value. Doesn't work. No suitable constructor exists to go from const SDL display mode to SDL display mode. Pointer. Oh. What? That was the solution? That is so ugly. Oh my god. Oh, that is so unnecessary. It even has to be const. It actually has to be const. That's what this value returns. It's a const SDL display mode pointer. So 0 is a null pointer. Wow. That is wild. So now the problem is, if we're gonna fuck that for a second, now how do I grab this information? So is it at? No. How do I actually return DM? Oh, it's an arrow. I'm pointing to a struct, right? I'm a dumbass, sorry. Never mind, dumb question. Thank you for following, Mr. 7. Thank you for following. Don't know if you like VTubers or you like programming. I'm both of those things, but you know, I'm used to people. Chat, if there's anything I've gotten used to is that you people don't watch any other VTubers. I'm like the only VTuber you guys ever see, which is fine, but still. Okay. Okay, we have a value. So I guess we'll do our error statement here. So if DM does not equal 0, then return failed to locate monitor, because that should be returning 0 as a value always. Okay. What's VTubing? What's VTubing? You little bitch. That's adorable. Thank you. I am a goo boy and I'm not VTubing. This is what I really look like. Mwah! My legs are folded under my table. Ignore that. Drink, drink. Sorry. I was thirsty. Okay. We're done. It works. Not done. Returned error code. Well, hold on. Now, how do we error check this? Can I just go exclamation point DM? Is that illegal? Failed to locate monitor. Well, no, it didn't work. It should be returning a value. So if I just comment this out here, oops, this should return a value. Okay, now it's fucking around still. So we're not out of the woods yet. Hold on. What's the problem here? So const SDL display mode pointer DM is equal to this. So what if I put 1 here? Oh God! Oh, that's my whole screen. Oh Jesus. Okay, that worked. Fuck me. Sorry. Okay. 1 is your primary monitor. I'm guessing 2 is gonna boot over on this monitor. Nope. But it is my second monitor's resolution. Flashbang. So this is the resolution of my other monitors. So that's fine. Okay. So 1 is your primary display. Now we can get your primary display. What you can do in SDL3 is you could actually ping all of the user's monitors, and whichever monitor best represents your game, either you're searching for a refresh rate or a resolution of the monitor or something, then you can get that ID number and insert it here into the get current display mode. That's one way of doing it. You could also have the user, I guess, pick their monitor and just have this updated. It's also a situation where I could always boot it here, make the game windowed, and you can just drag it to the other monitor. That's fine too. It's just where the initialization is. You can do SDL get primary display. Now that is a damn good idea. I can just do that, right? Oh my God, you're so smart. Holy shit, what a great new person function to use. Oh, based. Who needs fucking pinging best resolution shit? Shadow cat. Mwah. You just grab the fucking primary monitor and be done with it. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. If DM does not equal SDL get primary display? No, this is going to be different values, isn't it? I don't know how we're going to error check this cleanly. Well, in any case, it works now. Let's not do the whole width and height. Let's just do divided by 3 divided by 3. A little small. If we're playing Frogger, divided by 2. No, I want to do... Well, no, this is fine enough for Frogger, right? This is Frogger resolution, because it's all relative, right? Although I do have an ultra wide, so maybe that would make it a little bit weird. Maybe we'll go resolution divided by 2. No, I don't like that. Hold on. This seems pedantic, but It's gonna be really thin, but I guess that's fine. All right, whatever. That's gonna be our size of our monitor. All right, beautiful. Second of all, just real quick, 50, 80, 120. Okay, no more flashbangs. Oh, Jesus. Thank you. I love that color blue. Okay. Whew. No more flashbangs. We're safe. Let's get rid of that bar on top that says window. Let's actually... First of all, we're going to call this Frogger. Second of all, we need to give it borderless windowed mode, which is flags, which is here. SDL window or borderless? SDL window borderless. That should be a flag. So there we go. Borderless game. Ah, we're getting there, chat. All right, let me take a drink of water. What do we work on next? Are we gonna continue making entities, components, and shit? We could probably start on systems today. So we could set up animation and stuff. We could draw the Frogger with the new Vertex system in SDL3. The Vertex system being like SDL Vertex. And then you give it some, so Vertex 1 is equal to 1, 1, 1. Is that what it is, or do you need 3 XY values? Bing! Search! Bing! Oh my god, that's so ugly. Jesus Christ. Okay, hold on. Search online. There we go. SDL3. Okay, what is a vertex? Vertex is type def struct, SDL vertex, position, color, text coordinates if needed. So an example of this would be SDLF color. Ooh, why is it an F point? It doesn't need to be an F point, right? Any position works. So what it needs is SDL point, because there's no F point anymore. P is equal to 1, 2. And you have an SDL color. C is equal to 0, 0, 0, 255. SD, and then nothing for the last one, right? So this would be P, C, null. This doesn't work because point to float. What? I thought they got rid of F points. Oh my god, SDL. Whatever, it works. This is just a 0. Okay, and now we have a vertex. So the idea here are the coordinates in screen space or NDC. Well, usually if you're gonna have any sort of like video game, you want everything to be relative to the resolution. So this would actually be like resolution dot width, or in this case, it would be, sorry. Oh God, what do I grab here for the, what do we do for resolution? Yeah, data at renderer.get. So data at renderer.get. No, wait, no, it says resolution. I'm so sorry. It's data pointed to, because I haven't actually called it yet, resolution. So this is actually resolution. And it would be dot width divided by fucking 10 or something like that. And then that would be your X value. And then it would be, your Y value would be the same thing. If it's a square, it would be the same thing anyway. And there you go. Now you have your XY value. So regardless of what happens on your resolution of your screen, regardless of what it looks like, it's going to pull up, you know, relative to the resolution. So even though I have an ultra wide, so it's kind of stretched, if you played it on your non-ultra wide, it would still be at the same point in the game, relatively speaking, because it's all based on the resolution of the game. So like, that's an example of that. Actually, yeah, no, that's fine, because the width and height is not the total resolution of the screen, it's the resolution of the game divided by 10. So it would just be 10% off the left, 10% off the top. There you go. Does that answer your question? So I guess it's in, coordinates are in the game where the top left of the game here is 0, 0, and the bottom right is, you know, whatever your resolution is, width and height in full. So if we had divided by 10 divided by 10, so it's the width divided by 10, so it'd be like here, and the height divided by 10, which is like here, because you start from the top left and you go to the bottom right, smallest, largest. So that divided by 10, so it would be like right here-ish, probably. Maybe right here, I guess. That's roughly where it would be if that was a pointed space. Now, all that to say, the reason why that would be that way and why we have the vertex this way is because you would actually, I'm not gonna do this, but you could make like a class, or no, it'd be a struct, and you do like triangle, right? Which contains SDL, vertex, V1, SDL, vertex, V2, SDL, vertex, V3, and you would define these accordingly. And then every time you had the triangle on the screen, it would just be, oh, I'm sorry, I guess I should show you this. Once you have your 3 vertexes, you go SDL, render. Where's my vertex renderer? There's a new function for it. SDL, vertex. Oh, shit. Whatever. There's a way to render vertexes. Render, fill, draw vertex, draw lines, draw points, draw line F. Anyway, there's a way to draw a bunch of lines and fill them in so the whole triangle can get filled. This is important because now you have a genuine 2D renderer, so you could make an object that inherits a bunch of those, like struct, draw object, which then contains, you know, however many triangles you need. Triangle, we'll call it polygon. Like that kind of deal, right? And then you just have a bunch of triangles. I guess it would be a class, and you'd have to do something like make, like, triangle, make polygon with like x values, and then you would define whatever you need to make the polygon and find the vertex values and everything. And then once you define them, that's a single polygon. And then you would have an entire way to draw an object. So for example, if you want to draw a rectangle on the screen, actually, I wouldn't even do this. Maybe it would be like draw rectangle. And what you would do is you would take 2 triangle values. Actually, would you even do that? Well, you wouldn't. You would just take your X, Y, width, and height, right? Or even like an SDL rectangle as a parameter, and then you would find out the vertexes to like split it in half, right? Because a rectangle is 2 triangles, so the 2 triangles are gonna have V2 and V3 be the same, and V1 just be the opposite corners, and then that's how you like draw the rectangle for the object, you know? And then you would just draw a bunch of things that way. That's how I would do it, I think. Anyway, that's the vertex system, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know what we're gonna do for it for Frogger. Maybe we'll draw like the truck or something, or the frog. What's up? How's it going? My rusty brain is being burned by this TED Talk. I'd just use an enum. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Twinkle mouse. I don't know. I wanted to be in a way where it's like you could draw any object you give it the coordinates of. That would be the ideal, right? Where you would have like a draw object function, and you would draw it as many coordinates as you could. Whatever. It would be like 2 recs or something like that. And then, no, it would be a triangle, wouldn't it? And then it would draw the triangle, and then you would have objects that have multiple draw object triangle functions until you have like the total art, and then you would apply whatever animations you need via the GPU. So you're basically animating through the GPU directly, but that's SDL, right? That's game engine shit. All right, what should be the first program we make? We could do a lighting system. That wouldn't be that hard, right? Oh, wow, flashbang, Jesus. Basically, what I'm thinking for like baby's first SDL3 program is you have like, whatever, a box. Actually, it's not a good color. Let's do this. You have like a box, and this box, you'll then have a light object that follows your mouse. No matter where you go, this shines a light, right? So it'll always follow your mouse, right? And then here, this gets affected by shading. So if the light was here, it would be like, boom, boom. And then it would be like, kind of like, boom, boom. And then you would paint it black-ish. Basically, that would be the program. That wouldn't be that hard, right? I don't think it would be that hard. And basically, as you move the light around, the box, like the shadow goes around the opposite way, you know? That would be a fun, like, new person program to make, right? Like, new programmers would love that shit. And then you could do a thing where it's like, because it's so automatic, you could draw whatever object you wanted. Oops. You could draw whatever object you wanted. And because this is dynamic, it would look like boom, boom, boom. Maybe you do something cute, like the closer you are, the longer the shadow or something. Or the bigger you are. And then as you move around with the light, it'll like chase it. That's like an easy thing to make, right? Abood, hello! I haven't seen you here before, Abood. I know. Would it surprise you if you found out I know an Abood? He's from Ethiopia. He's a doctor, actually. He's a behavior health specialist. It's easy until you make it on the GPU. Well, come on, man. We're making a game engine, not fucking Vulkan, all right? We're not drawing on the metal here. We're just using SDL's basic like rendering functions, which is just SDL draw rect, SDL draw rect, SDL draw lines, SDL fill lines, like that kind of deal, right? That's all this is. And that's why I'm thinking it's going to be an easy program to make, because as you move the light around, all that's doing is just changing the shadow numbers, right? That's all that is. Geese, honk, thank you, beep beep. Or for the bit, hey, that one bit, that's 1 penny closer to Subway, baby. So I think we could make this program. It wouldn't be that hard, right? All right, well, if we do that, do we need all this entity manager shit right now? Because we're just drawing Rex. Well, let's keep this entity manager in the entity system right here. This is like Frogger later. So let's draw. What's like, hold on. I need like, what is like really light brown in terms of like color? Hold on. Hold on. Color picker. What's like a really light brown I can use? Like, that's okay. Copy, delete, paste. Okay, that's fine. I just needed some brown there. So now we're gonna have a dark brown rectangle on the screen. Okay, let's draw our dark brown rectangle. So, auto, object, we'll call it hard object now, equals SDL rect, no values. Oh, I guess it is gonna have one solid value, right? For now, just to make sure it works. So like, data resolution dot width divided by 4. Data resolution dot height divided by 4. And then this is middle of the screen. Say 200 by 200 for now. Then we're gonna draw that. So that's our rect. SDL render fill rect, which is going to be data pointing to the renderer dot get because it's a unique pointer. Okay, I'm not liking this whole nothing is loading. Visual Studio, you're killing me here, dog. Okay, this is gonna fail. Okay, why did it fail? Okay, it only takes... Dude, what is it with Visual Studio sometimes and just giving up? Just absolutely just not even trying anymore. Oh my god. You know what? To be fair, ever since I restarted my computer like 2 hours ago, it has just been... Look how long it's taken to load this. It's like a 4-file project. Okay, everything's loading here. Everything's good. SDL, you okay, dog? Cannot open module. Why? Okay. So let's just comment this out for a second. Make sure we build. Dude, what is it with my computer right now? Holy shit. Are you done with ECS? No. We're not done with ECS. We still have it here. We're gonna do all this, but right now I'm having like a come to realization moment that maybe if you're looking at a tutorial for C++23 and SDL, you're not too interested in learning ECS. We're still gonna use it, but I want to focus more on like the SDL features right now. So we're gonna have a little game where we like, you know, draw a shadow on the screen. It's also really hard to program without IntelliSense. Holy shit. All right, well, let's do this the old school way. Copy, paste, SDL3. Render, fill, rect. Fill a rectangle. We need the renderer and the const pointer rectangle, which is hard object. It's gonna be by reference, I just know that. Go. Doesn't work because cannot convert argument 2 from a rect pointer to an frect. I thought the whole point of this rect versus frect thing was SDL3 didn't make you like pick one or the other. Int, oh my god, really? I have to cast it? Oh my god. I'm doing C-based cast. That's my life right now, okay? Jesus Christ. Okay, well, we're not drawing a fucking rectangle there, are we, Gary? Okay. SDL, render, fill, rect, data renderer, hard object. The renderer is working because of the color. Oh, I'm drawing over it, dumbass. Now it should work. Oh, and I need to change the color. Gary, goddamn, motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Okay. Set render, draw color. That's gonna stay the same. This is gonna be a dark brown, which needs to change significantly. Yeah, I know you can do .f, but ideally this just stays SDL rect. That was the whole point of SDL3, is not making you pick between floats and ints anymore. That was a really nice feature that we need to look into in a bit. Color picker. Yeah, I need like a really dark brown, like a nice, like a classy dark brown, okay? Like that. Yeah, give me that. Okay, go. Okay, we have our little rect. Okay, that's what I wanted. Okay, beautiful. Excellent. All right. So we're gonna need to do two things here if we're gonna do this, right? We need a light to project from this mouse. Well, quote unquote, light. We're gonna need to have vertexes start at the mouse point and then go away, where these vertexes are gonna bounce again, not bounce, it's gonna hit this rectangle, and anything that these vertexes don't hit, we're turning to black. That's what we're gonna do. So we need a second rectangle. To be fair, we're gonna automate a lot of this later. This is shadow object, which is gonna have the exact same values. So, these are already float values. So, hard object dot, oh, I can just do hard object. Okay, so now we have those. Beautiful. So what are we going to do with that information? We're going to stretch this based on, well, a couple of things. For now, we'll just do unlimited lines. What's an easy way to do this, like using SDL features? I'm just imagining that black rectangle rotating around this rectangle here. I guess it has to be, for now, I guess the easy way is to draw a line from the furthest, well, it's not the furthest points, it's the most left and right points relative to the mouse. So this would be the most left, this would be the most right, and then projecting lines away from it where this is black. Something, just raycast from cursor to the four corners. Yeah, but we're talking like new programmers here. We're talking like somebody who's like not new, but like, you know basics, but you're using SDL3 as like people who use the Lazyfoo game programming course, you know? People who just want to learn how to make a game, you know? We don't need to learn how to raycast. We just need, I'm just trying to think of like what SDL functions to use. Is there anything kind of like easy? Like, we could draw vertexes and just render the vertexes that way, like triangles. We could, I was thinking, just have a second rectangle under this, but that would be kind of difficult because SDL rectangles are not rotatable, right? Render texture rotated. Oh, you know what? I could rotate it. That's a fill rect. Be a little more difficult, but SDL render fill rect. X. Does the F imply, it doesn't imply float, it would imply something else, right? God, dude, IntelliSense, I will never in my life understand how IntelliSense just goes kaplooey sometimes. Like, it just gave up. Well, if we're not using a rect, we could just draw lines for now, just to do it. It wouldn't be that hard to just fill in the blocks from there, right? So maybe what we actually need is shadow line 1, which is not an SRect, it's an SDL line. And then auto shadow line 2 is equal to SDL line. Wait, isn't that like an enumerated value though? God, I wish IntelliSense didn't just give up. I think SDL lines are enumerated values though, they're not real things. Render draw line. This is legacy documentation. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. 2D accelerated rendering. Create texture, create renderer, texture, render points, render line, render fill rect. Oh, it does need to be an F value. Interesting. I wonder why they did that. Render line, which does not take a value. It's just an X and Y value, so we have to make our own lines. Well, that's fine. So what we do need to do is we need like struct shadow line. I'm gonna call it shadow. And then it'll take a, it was float values, right? X, Y, yeah, these are all float values. So float X1, float X2, Y1, float X2, float Y2, and then that's it. Then you would have auto, shadow line 1 is equal to shadow, the X and Y value being the two most left and right points relative to the mouse. Because I don't care about the furthest away point, and I don't care about the closest point when you have a rectangle in like 2D space for the purposes of shadows, right? I only care about the very left and the very right. So I guess what you could do, is just switch the XY value to whatever. I guess 1 point. Let me just think in terms of logic here. Hold on. Let me just quickly imagine this. So if you have your mouse here, it's always the furthest away point here and the closest point here, right? That's how shadows work. If your point's here, it's the opposite closest to you and the closest to you on the opposite end. So if your mouse is here, the shadow's gonna be here, and that's what you care about, right? If it's right here. Although if it's right here, that's actually not true. It's gonna be these 2 points. Whereas if it's right here, then it would be this and this. So it's actually, so this would be just these 2 points. This would be these 2 points opposite. Then the 2 left points. So basically, once we cross the threshold of this, like, X and Y value 0 situation, once we cross that, then we care about the furthest away point. So that's pretty easy to program, right? Else, it's just the 2 values here that are closest. Okay, that's not too bad. So the X and Y value of the first line is always the mouse, and that's where the lines are always projected from. But we don't render the lines until you hit the rectangle. So I guess what we actually need is, for now, just the get mouse. So let me just quickly SDL F point mouse point. This would be like a fun little like new person thing, right? To use like mouse points and shit. That's kind of cool. And then this is just 0, 0, 0. Well, this is nothing right now, right? And you have auto shadow line 2, which is currently nothing, which is going to have the same first XY value. Beautiful. Okay, so now if input event type is equal to SDL event mouse motion. Oh, I fucking hate IntelliSense not being active. Is it that? SDL mouse motion event. Too bad that's not what you call it in fucking... It's not too bad to use the header files. It is bad. God, the problem is sometimes IntelliSense just gives up on import standard library with syntax binary fold expression. I don't even know what the issue is with that. So I'm assuming it's SDL event mouse motion. Or I guess I could just go over here and just type it in here, huh? SDL event mouse motion. I was right. Okay, sweet. Okay, and then this is not going to quit This is gonna grab SDL. Fuck. Oh, it worked. Get mouse state, which needs the parameters of mouse point dot x, mouse point dot y. It's gonna be relative values. This should just work now. Beautiful. Have you updated Visual Studio lately? Yes. Is there a way to test it? Is there a way to see what version I'm using? Check for updates. We'll check for updates. Oh, I do have an update. 17.9.7. All right, I just saved it. Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's update Visual Studio together. How's life, chat? How's everything? Nice, nice window block. Damn, Windows did not want you to see that pretty lady, huh? It's gonna take a while. Yeah, on my computer today, dude. What? Oh, I was on 16.9.6 or 17.9.6. Dude, what is up with my computer today? It is like so clogged. I only have like 16% memory usage. Look at all those cores not being used. And my fucking, is it my Ethernet? Damn, 20% CPU with Visual Studio, huh? Hello, sir. Can I interest you in some rain? Ah, I would love rain here. It's so hot. Oh, we're done. Oh, we're installing now. Oh, okay. Get fancy. Installation has completed. Sweet. Come on, man. I just want to program. Okay, everything's updated. Okay, and oh, look, they still haven't fixed that bug. Nice. Love it. So we have mouse point X, mouse point Y, right? So let's do this without IntelliSense. So with SDL get mouse state, we now have an updated mouse point X and mouse point Y whenever we move our mouse. So at the same time, we're gonna update shadow line. Oh, hi IntelliSense, welcome back. Dot X is equal to mouse point dot X. We're gonna do the same thing for shadow line 2. And then we're gonna do the same thing for Y. Then we're gonna do the same thing for Y. That's a really ugly way of doing that, but it works. It works, but in a very ugly way, you know? Also, hi Dragonkin. So now we have our shadow lines updated on their first X. Ooh, no, this is wrong. We need X1 and Y1 because these are different. These are like the first points, right? And then Y2 and X2, what are those? Those vary because those X2 and Y2 go all the way to the edge of the screen relative to the point closest of the rectangle to you. So as we go through here, really? So as we go through here, like here, it's gonna take the 2 points here and here against this rectangle and cast lines out relative to that. So it's probably gonna need a little bit of trigonometry, but that's okay. And then when we hit that threshold, basically if we're up here, we're less than 0, therefore cast this point. And if we're over here, we are greater than 0, but less than max, and greater than 0, but less than max, or greater than max. So that means that these 2 points are gonna get hit. And when I cross this threshold, then these 2 points are gonna get hit. And then we cast lines out to the points that are hit. And that's how it would work. That is indeed what we have to do. I'm just imagining this in my head as we go here. The only problem is we can't end here. It's actually the opposite. We need to go past it hitting this point, and in fact not render those lines, but that's okay. We can fix that later. So what we actually need to do, if given this point here, how do we get this value in there, in this line, but not actually use it in a way that's not too complicated for people to understand? So you just have to grab the X value and the Y value of this, which you know. Then you compare it to the X and Y value of this mouse, which you know. Here, I can draw this out, actually. This is pretty easy. So if you have your little brown rectangle here. Oh, so pretty. And then you have your mouse point right there. How do you find this line? Well, you take this point, this X, Y. Well, that's way too thick, sorry. This X, Y, which is X1, Y1. And then you find this X, Y, X2, Y2. And then you find this hypotenuse. So you already know this edge and this edge on a right triangle. Oh, look at that. It's trigonometry. So you know the adjacent, you know the opposite, you don't know the hypotenuse. SOHCAHTOA, we're using the TOA. So we need the tangent, or maybe the inverse tangent? One of them. Of the opposite divided by the adjacent is equal to the hypotenuse, right? No. I'm wrong. This isn't SOHCAHTOA. We just need a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So it's the square root of this. So if this was 10 and this was 10, this would be 100. 100 is equal to 100 squared. The square root of 100 squared is 100, right? Right? Yes, because it is it times itself. But that's not the hypotenuse, though. Oh my god, am I dumb? No, it'd be... Wait, what the fuck? Math? Wait, this is 10. This is 10. 10 squared is 100 plus 10 squared is 100. Oh, it's 200. Okay, sorry. Fuck, it's the square root of 200. I'm sorry. I'm dumb. Okay, that's the length of that. Okay, Jesus Christ. All right. Fuck. Now comes SOHCAHTOA, because you need to find this theta, which is opposite opposite and adjacent, right? Because you know those values. Okay, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, that was so complicated. Okay, so the theta is equal to the tangent of opposite divided by adjacent. Opposite times, whatever, divided. That. So that's our formula. That's how we're gonna find that value. Jesus Christ, that was so complicated. And I made it trigonometry's hard, okay, motherfuckers? Don't act like this was so easy for you, all right? Okay, beautiful. And then we do the same thing opposite, that corner, right? And if we're over here, then all that means is that we just grab this and this, right? We just ask what the threshold is, and that's the points that we use to cast that. And then, ideally, we inverse it. So instead of casting this and this, we use the same line relative, and it's this, and that's our shadow. Okay, Jesus Christ. If it was easy for me, I would help instead of say silent. You're a programmer, you know calculus and shit, all right? This is like basic bitch stuff to you. Okay, beautiful. So we do need the tangent because that's the angle, and then we draw out the line. Wait. Yes. Fuck. Wait. How do I turn that into... So I know the angle. Oh, no, I don't need to know the destination line, do I? All I have to do is project that line as a vertex, where mouse X and Y are the base of the vertex, and the line forward is a projected, like, beam that's using the angle I specify. Okay. Yeah, I could do that. So we render copy a line. We render a line, and the angle will take care of itself, I think. Okay, Jesus. Super complicated. Okay, beautiful. So we have these 4 lines, okay? So now, what do I need to do? We need to grab the nearest points. So, auto, grab, rect, grab, corners. We'll call it that. Grab corners where we are going to be filling in shadow 1. No, shadow A, shadow B. I do want to change these, so we'll use them by reference. And then we're gonna need a rect. No, I don't need those. I just need float. No, I just need an SDL point. Right? Because I already have no. Yes. Okay, that's what I want. An SDL F point. And then we're gonna use those 2 values to calculate. Then I'm gonna need the rect, which is SDL F rect. And this F rect is going to be not changed. So let's reference. We'll call it rect. And then we're gonna need, all we're doing is just grabbing 2 corners, which is really a set of values. I kind of do want these shadows though, huh? Which means I don't need this F point anymore. I just need the shadows. Shadow, we'll say A, shadow B. But all I'm doing is grabbing the corners, right? I really shouldn't be like changing these values to those corners. If all I'm doing is just calling them. What I really should be doing is returning a couple of sets of digits here. That's why I'm thinking maybe we just return shadow objects directly instead of calling some struct that we make defining 2 XY values. I guess what I should do, here's what I'll do. SDL F point, and we'll call it start, and then we're gonna have an SDL F point, and we'll call it end. And then these are just 2 SDL F points. Now we're gonna cast this as, instead of X1, it's start dot X end. Yeah, no, start dot Y. And it's the same thing here. And it's the same thing here. And let me just go over here. Let me restart some music here. There we go. Get some bops going. So now we have our X and Y values start on the shadow lines, right? So now what we have to do is, once we have that function where we take an F point, point 1, and then we have an SDL F point, point 2. Is that what I want to do? Is that what we're doing? We're just only casting them by reference, right? No, this is not 0.1 and 0.2. Because those have the same values. I guess I can just call it mouse position. We'll just cast it directly from there. That point could either be the shadow lines or mouse point X and mouse point Y. Either way, it's the same value because this gets updated every frame that we move the mouse in. It doesn't matter which one we call. Probably the mouse point is what we'll do. Now, is there anything else I need to throw in here before we calculate how to grab the corner? Because it's just rectangle relative to the mouse point. I think that's it. Which means this needs to return... An SDL3 point is what that's going to turn them into, huh? I don't like that, though. I don't like it because we need to call this value for 2 different points, which is where the rectangle is. We need 2 different corners of the rectangle, and that's what we're finding here, right? That makes me want to calculate corner I want a separate function for actually calculating the angle of everything else. I want functions to only do one thing here. But it's difficult to return like a pair of F points. I guess I could just return a shadow struct, but that would be confusing because we're using shadow structs in 2 different ways. But I guess this is just a container for 2 different points, right? No, I also don't want to tempt shadow either. I guess we can return to the point, so update, fuck, update shadow lines. I guess we can just call it that and just do everything here. That's so ugly though. Ugh, disgusting. So update shadow lines. These shadow lines are not going to be the mouse position. It's actually going to be shadow line 1, shadow line 2. Not going to be const because we are changing these. There we go. All right, sweet. So now let's update it. Thank you, IntelliSense, for working again. So how do we update this? Well, we already know the X and Y value because of line 1 and line 2, both having the same X1, Y1 values. That's the point, right? And the endpoints are going to be different. So I guess what we do is we have to find the most leftmost point. I guess these have to be different functions, right? Because you're calculating 2 different things. You're gonna basically... I guess no, I guess it's not. Because every rectangle is gonna have the same properties, right? Where the mouse point, it just needs to be in an area. And then that just makes the X and Y values easy to calculate. Okay, so let's do this. I guess I just do a bunch of if statements here, right? What we could do is like line1 dot x minus equals ooh, we gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. We're updating the value, but clearly we need to not do that. So shadow, oh fuck, auto local shadow is equal to line 1 L shadow dot x minus equals rect dot x. L shadow dot y minus equals rect dot y. So now these have values, right? If maybe we do a switch statement here because it's going to be so many different options. there's going to be, how many coordinates can a mouse be in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different options. So I guess what we do is auto local value is equal to local, no, it needs to be local value, right? Well, no, it's two different calculations. So it would be a switch statement dealing with two different parameters, which would mean switch L value. I don't like that. Case L shadow dot X is greater than equal to whatever, right? So I guess what it is we just call L shadow. So if L shadow dot X is less than equal to 0, yeah, right? Because even if it's like 200, 200, and the mouse is at like 190, 190, and you subtract, it would be less than 0. So if this is less than equal to 0, and L shadow dot Y is less than equal to 0, then do something, but we'll come back to that. Then break. This doesn't need a semicolon. Case, and then we do the same thing again. Case shadow X is greater than 0, and it is less than or equal to 0 here, right? Because if we're directly on 0, I don't want the shadow to start on the top left rectangle, which is what it would not be doing if it's this. So that is correct. And if it's greater than 0, that means if it's 0, it won't hit this one, which is the just spread it out from the middle branch. We're in the top middle. Greater than 0, and L shadow dot Y is less than 0, and L shadow dot X is L shadow dot fuck. Wait, how does the width play into this? Oh god. Jesus. I need to account for rect dot width here. If L shadow dot X is less than the value rect dot X plus rect dot width, and is that how you would phrase that? L shadow dot X, which is the calculated value, if it is less than, so if it's directly above the rectangle, not on either corner, just directly above it, then it would be greater than 0's dot X. It would be less than the X value plus the width, whatever that is. Okay, I can vibe with that. And shadow dot Y is less than or equal to 0. Yes, because it would still be above the rectangle. I think I'm calculating this right. I think so. Then do that. Case L shadow is top right now. Greater, oh, it'd be the same thing as this actually, except it would be greater than or equal to here. Okay, now I'm getting it. Then we have another case for fuck, what would it be? It would be greater than this. I guess I don't need this anymore, huh? It would be greater than this, and y is greater than that. Okay. I don't think cast shadow on a rectangle specifically would be useful. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I feel like it would be, because even if this wasn't a rectangle, the same logic would apply to like an octagon. Or like actually any character, right? It would just be grabbing whatever vertexes are on the most opposite ends of the light source and then project lines outward that then fill behind the object, right? I feel like that's pretty easy, right? Would it apply to any polygon? I don't see why not. Obviously, this is a rectangle, but I mean, instead of like rect, it would be just any, you know, SDL vertex-based polygon. It'd be the same idea, or just your own vertex, you know? Or fuck, make your own fucking octagon. Or make your own, like, shape, like, class where you would have, like, an octagon or something. Or, like, a triangle. And then whatever the most outermost points are, however you would solve that, you would just have, you know, shape, like that. You would find whatever the opposite most points are based on the shadow and then just go from there. Maybe I'm misunderstanding you. What are you saying, that it's just not practical? I mean, I guess we could just make our own custom shape and just make it a rectangle. That would be fine, right? It would also teach us SDL Vertex, and I feel like that's like one of the coolest features about SDL3 is now you have a true like render engine where you can render whatever polygon you want via triangles, right? Via polygons. So maybe what we do is we can make a class called shape. It would look like this. It would be like class shape. And this shape would contain SDL vertexes. Actually, what it would do is you would do something like, for the initializer, you would call int number of angles. And then that would be initialized with, angles, or whatever, m underscore angles, number of angles, something like that. So that's how you would initialize the shape. And then you would give the vertex information via functions and all that. So then later on, you would have shape, octagon, 8, whatever, right? And then that would be your shape, right? And then this would call shape as like its thing, right? And then in the function somewhere, because this has, you know, number of angles, you would just calculate the angles in the function. I don't think you would do it in this function. I would have another function for it, but you would call it somewhere to update the shadow lines based on the outermost angle of this number of angles, right? And then the difficult part would be calling SDL vertex. But no, actually, I knew, you know how. The variable would be the number of angles, right? So you would have something like draw. Actually, how many triangles would you need to draw an octagon? If it has 8, would it take 8 vertexes or 8 like triangles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would take 8 at minimum. Would it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what I'm thinking in my head is what you would do for an octagon is something like this. Ooh, a triangle, perfect. So you'd have, can I get like a right angle? Beautiful. All right, so what you would have is like 1. Jesus, it's 1 angle, huh? There's no flipping it, nothing, just straight up 1 triangle. Okay, well, shit. Okay, so what you would have... 2, 3, 3, 4. Isn't there like a shape tool? Okay, that works. 3, 4. It's a lopsided octagon. Shut the fuck up. Okay, so here's what you would need, right? You would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is indeed an 8 polygon. Oh, whoops. 7, 8. There we go. That would indeed be an 8 polygon thing. Send lines from one vertex toward all the other vertices? Oh. Shit, you're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's so easy. Oh, that's easier. You're right. Oh, sweet Jesus. Listen, all right? Some of us are starting college for this shit. Give me a break, okay? Anyway, this is actually perfect because now if we have our shape class, we can now create SDL vertexes based on the number of angles. Every angle after 1, because you're not going to have only 1. You would check. I would probably put a check in here that it's greater than 1. For 2, you would have none. It would be sorry, I would check for greater than 2 because it's a polygon, not a line or whatever, right? So it'd be at least 3. So every vertex, every number after 3 gets 1 vertex, right? So if it's 4, number of angles is 4, you'd get 2 vertexes, number of angles 5, 3 vertexes, 6, 4 vertexes, right? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, hold on. This is a hexagon. 1, 2, 6. 6 would get... Wait. Am I doing something wrong? Why does the center of an octagon looks like a vertex of the octagon? Huh? Brother, do a Google search for triangle fan and be done with it. Come on, man. Focus, my man. Focus. What? Hold on. I'm not even doing this right now, but this is a matter of principle. So if we have a shape and the number of angles is 8, we know that the vertexes is equal to the number of angles. 6. 5. Would 5 follow that rule? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would take 5, 6, 7. Wait, am I dumb? Is the only exception to this a square? Which I guess I could just still make 4. It would look ugly, but you could do 4 vertexes for it. In any case, the whole point of this is that you can calculate the shape, like the amount of vertexes automatically based on the number of angles. And this is what it would look like. And then all that to say, you can call shape instead of rect here and just calculate everything the same way, where you just take the furthest points away from where the mouse currently is or whatever the shadow would be facing and just have the light rotate around that, you know? That's easy enough, right? Right? Okay, where were we? So case, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's greater than 0 on the X, and it's greater, so this is greater than x, and L shadow dot y is greater than 0. This is wrong. This needs to be... No, that is less than equal to 0. This is greater than 0, because we're going to the right of the rectangle now, not above the y. This is greater than 0, and... L shadow dot y is greater than... is less than or equal to rect.y plus rect.height. And then this will be a break. Case L shadow dot x. Now we're in bottom right, so it's going to be this value. Fuck. This value. And it's greater than this. Beautiful. Now we're in the bottom. That was the bottom right. Now we're in the bottom. So now we're going back to this. And it's beyond the max. Okay. That should be the longest one. And now we're in the bottom left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, yeah, we are in the bottom left, but it's not the last one. Bottom left would be shadow x is less than equal to 0. And shadow y would be beyond max. And then last one is less than equal to 0. And y is in the middle, which is right here. Beautiful. That's our things. All right. So, how do we find these? So, before we break, if we're in the top left, we want the two angles to be bottom left and top right. So, wait, what's wrong here? Its expression must have an integral or a num type? Oh. Oh, God. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, what's wrong here? Still working on this? Good job. Oh! Yes, I am, Angus. Don't be a hater, be an appreciator. Switch case has no case or default labels. Excuse you? Fuck you, it doesn't. What do you mean it doesn't? This is absolutely... Y1 is not a member of Shadow. What? Oh God, it's a F point. Oh God, it was X. Why did I do that? Okay. Dot start dot X. What's wrong here? Must have an integral or a num type. What do you mean? That is an integral type, isn't it? The start dot y. One second while I fix all this. Isn't that an enumerator type? Not an enumerator type, but you know what I mean. Hold on. Gary, there's a quicker way to do this. Yeah, shut the fuck up, okay? Listen, all right? What better way to do this than the hard way, you know? Lot to learn, all right? I like how not even Bing is loading. Hey, am I dumb? You can't add 2 pointers. Yeah, I know. Okay, that's not the problem. Text format. The controlling expression of a switch statement shall have an integer type. That is an integer, motherfucker. Oh my god, it needs... Wait, does it not take a float value? Hold on. Int. L shadow. Does that work? Okay, that feels really dirty, but okay. There is a bug here though, isn't it? Because what happens if we have our X value of our mouse be 0.4 as a float value? It gets rounded down to 0, so the shadow actually gets miscasted here. That's kind of not good, isn't it? Can I just round this to 0? Well, it doesn't matter. It's not going to solve our problem. It's still the same issue. We're doing rounding. I guess this is fine for now, huh? Okay. We'll C-cast it to int. Why not? We're using a switch statement anyway. What a meme. Okay, so if x is less than 0, y is less than equal to 0. So what do we want here? We want the top right corner and the bottom left corner. So L shadow dot end dot x is equal to rect fuck. We have 2 lines here. Line 1 dot end dot x is equal to we'll do the top right here. So we'll do the value of rect dot x plus rect dot width. That's its endpoint. And then line 1 dot end dot y is equal to 0. Line 2 dot end dot x is equal to the bottom left, which is rect dot y plus rect dot height. Done. This runs, right? Why? Expression does not value to a constant. Expression does not equal a constant. Line 7953. What? Less than or equal to 0. Y is greater than 0. Y is less than or equal to y. What? Oh, this is not y1. This is just y. That's why. Expression does not evaluate to a constant. Review how switch statements work, you son of a bitch. It's not your fault. Oh, I didn't know you could put computed values into a case statement. I'd expect that to be an error. Motherfucker. Okay, hold on. God damn it. Oh my god, I don't want to retype. All right, that's it for today, okay? Yeah, this monitor has it about right. Or this background. Okay. All right, we're done with that. Tomorrow, we're doing something a little... Well, no, I'm not doing something different. It's going to be the same, but maybe we take a step away from the shadow cat. Well, it's such a visually nice thing, though. I'll think about it. We'll see what we're gonna do tomorrow. We're probably still gonna do the shadow casting thing, but maybe we do the class shape fucking whatever thing. I think that'd be kind of cool. All right, everyone, have a good night. Have a good evening. See you guys later. Have a good night. Goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow. I stream every single day.